Hi everyone, Colleen here. I wanted to share this box with you today. It holds 5 Ferrero shares. Opens up like this. And today we're going to fill it with these Lindor salted caramel chocolates. They're very, very nice. I designed this box for a friend of mine. We were up on retreat and it's been a while. I've been umming and ahhing about this one for ages, and she wanted to make a box to hold some gifts for some friends, and she said, did I have any ideas? And I come up with this one. So this is for Kelly, and I thought I'd share it with you today using one's in wisteria with the Every Little Thing paper, and we're also going to be using, this is the other side with the stripes on it, and this is the same paper but just in the reverse with the stripes, and I'm going to be using the sapphire cardstock for this one, and I'm not sure whether I'll use the light or the dark side. This side I use the light side here, and there's the dark side on the inside. But I just thought it was a nice little box. It makes a nice little gift for someone. Be great for Christmas time with some Christmas gifting for colleagues at work, or you know, teachers' gifts, something like that. And I've also done a cutout of how it needs to look. So I'll have that one up on my blog for you to see, to have a look at where to cut. So we'll get started. So here's our piece of cardstock. It measures 6.5 inches by 10 1/4, and we are going to score on the 6.5 inch side. No, I don't know. No, I'll do the dark side. On the 6.5 inch side, we're going to score at, I hope you can see this, 1.5, 3, 4.5, and 6 inches. Then we're going to turn it to the right, and having our little 1/2 inch strip down here, we're going to score it again at 1/2, at 8 1/4, and at 9 3/4 inches. So there's all your score lines done. Now we'll burnish and fold all our score lines. This has been a beautiful paper pack, this Every Little Thing. It's just lovely. And I love the fact that it can be male or female. There's 2 papers that have flowers. The rest are all like green and blue. So it's a really excellent paper pack. It gives me the male-female element that I really like to have in a paper. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to remove some pieces. So I'll get my scissors. Now you've got your 1/2 inch score line at the top. That's your closure for the top of the box. Now we'll start with the bottom. So we're going to cut up here, and then we're going to notch in here. So just like in our thing. So you've just done that section there. Then we're just going to cut up all of these. Now I've written on here that this is the front flap, back flap and front flap. So that one will go in first and this one will go in last. So I'm not going to cut that one, but I'm going to notch all these others, just so that I get a nice clean closure. I'll even notch the inside one because you're not going to see it. So the only one I haven't notched is this one here, which is our front flap. So then that one will fold down last. Now we'll turn around here to the top. Now on this point here, as you can see, I've cut across. So you're going to cut one to the second score line. So second score line down and to the second score line in. And then we're going to cut all of that away, like so. So that's that piece there gone. The next thing we're going to do is cut down all of these to that second score line. And then when we come back, now I did hand cut these before, but I didn't like my cutting skills. It looked a bit ratty. So I thought I'd bring up the trimmer this time, and I'm going to cut off, lay it in at 1 inch on this side of the trimmer, and just cut. So now I have a really nice clean edge on it. So now I'm going to very marginally just take tiny little snippets off these ones. You don't need to take a lot, it's just a tiny weeny little amount. As you can see, they're very little. And that's just on the 2 tiny little flaps. This will help keep the box closed. If you take too much, you can always trim a bit more off where you can't add it back on. Right, so now here on this tiny little section here, I'm just going to take tiny little wedges off here too. So that forms the whole box there. Now onto this section here, there is a notch. So I'm just going to grab my, here it is, up here, my 1 inch hole punch. I'm just going to come in here. Actually, I might make a mark so I can see. 1.5, so that is 3/4 inch. I've just made a mark so I know to keep that in the middle. And just take a little snip out. And there we have it. So that's that all done. Now we're just going to adhere our paper to the front. Now I do have these in order because I'm a bit funny like that. There we go. So this is our first one, so this will go down. And that one will go over onto here. Now our next one. Gosh, I've got number 2. It has an 1/8 inch border all the way around. Paper measures 6.5 by 1.25 inches. And I'll just go onto there. I wanted to have this one, the other box is quite feminine, I wanted this one to have a little bit of a masculine tone to it. Right, so I'll just pop this over and just clip off that bit there. There we go. So that's all done. Now we'll get ready to put our box together. So we'll just I just fold 2 sides, that side in, take some of my adhesive. Oh, I know what I didn't do. I didn't notch here. Just give that a little notch and it'll just give you a cleaner edge. Just add a little bit of glue. Actually, it's a bit more up in that corner. There we are. Now we'll just fold that edge over, line them up, and rub it into place. Use my bone folder to help spread it out evenly. Now if we fold those sides in, hopefully this should fit perfectly into there and stay shut, as it does. Right, now this is the back of our box. So that one in, so that's the front, because I made the closure fold at the back. So I add a bit of adhesive here. Bring this over. just rub my hands clean. Ooh. Bit anxious then. And that's our box made. So what I'd like to do now is I had a 1 1/4 inch piece and I have no idea what I've done with it. I shall cut another one. So for the top square, it's 1 1/4 by 1 1/4. I just don't know what I've done with mine at the moment. So I'll just cut another bit off. Oh, my hands are sticky. Sticky out. I'm not doing too well, am I? I will stick that to the top of the box. Like so. And then because that's the back, now we'll see how many of these truffles it holds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's not bad. So that holds 6 of those. Now I have already pre-stamped and cut this out. That is 2 inches by 3/4, and this is 2 1/8 by 1 7/8. 2 7/8. Yes, 2 3/8. I've lost the plot. 2 3/8 by 1 7/8, and 3/4 by 2 1/4. Yes. Gosh, I'll get that right eventually. And I've just put a bit of twine at the back, some gold twine, and I'll just attach that to the front of the box. And something just fell down and frightened the daylight out of me. And also what I'm going to put onto here is I've done a vellum leaf for this one. Now it comes from this pack here. It's a beautiful, beautiful pack. As you can see, you've got all different sized butterflies and leaves and flowers. It's just lovely. It's called Every Little Thing Vellum Die Cuts, and it's $9 Australian, and look, it's just beautiful. And on this one here, I coloured both the front and the back so I could get a deeper, richer colour with the shimmer brush. So I used the Julep shimmer brush for that. And also on here, I used the little butterfly and I coloured that in with the Wisteria shimmer brush. So, and I've just popped it up on a bit of 3D foam. But this one here I'm going to attach in under here. I'll just add a bit of adhesive. Oh, where'd that go? There. So I'll just stick that to the front of the box like so. And then I'm just going to add this over the top like so. And that makes a nice little birthday present for somebody. So I hope you liked this little project today and give it a go. Till next time, keep on creating, and bye for now.